Hello, students. Today we are going to take poem number 9, The Tale of Custard the Dragon by Ogden Nash from the book First Flight. Now, something about the author. Ogden Nash was born on 19th August 1902 in New York. He worked as a school teacher before becoming a copywriter. Nash's first poems were published in New Yorker in 1930. His first collection of poems entitled Heart Lines was published in 1931. Nash is perhaps best remembered for his nonsense poetry. Nash died on 19th May 1971. So let's start with the poem The Tale of Custard the Dragon. So, as the title suggests, it is a funny and humorous poem. It tells the story of a little girl, Belinda, who keeps little pets like a mouse, a dog, a dragon, and a cat. The poem carries a simple meaning that all that glitters is not gold, or never judge a thing by its appearance. This poem is written in the style of a ballad. Now, what do you mean by a ballad? A ballad is a song or poem that tells a story of courage and heroism. Stanza 1. Belinda lived in a little white house with a little black kitten and a little grey mouse, and a little yellow dog and a little red wagon, and a really truly little pet dragon. The poem opens with the introduction of Belinda and her pets. Belinda is a little girl and lives in her little white house with her pets and a wagon. Her pets are a black kitten, a little grey mouse, a little yellow dog, and a little dragon. Now, the last line of this stanza, that is, and a really truly little pet dragon. So, here, really refers to real and truly refers to truly. So, this has been used in the poem just for the poetic effect. Stanza 2. Now, the name of the little black kitten was Ink, and the little grey mouse she called him Blink, and the little yellow dog was sharp as mustard, but the dragon was a coward, and she called him Custard. In the second stanza, we get to know the names of Belinda's pets. So, Belinda named her black kitten as Ink and the grey mouse as Blink. The little yellow dog was very sharp and was named Mustard, and the dragon, who was considered to be a coward, was named as Custard. Stanza 3. Custard the dragon had big sharp teeth and spikes on top of him and scales underneath, mouth like a fireplace chimney for a nose, and really truly daggers on his toes. In this stanza, the physical description of Custard is given. So, Custard the dragon had big sharp teeth, and on the top of him were sharp spikes, and there were scales underneath him. His mouth was like a fireplace and nose like a chimney. Now, as we all know that the dragon spits fire, so the dragon's mouth was like a fireplace and nose as chimney because the smoke that comes out from the nose. His toes are so pointed and sharp that they could cut anything like a dagger. Stanza 4. Belinda was as brave as a barrel full of bears, and Ink and Blink chased lions down the stairs. Mustard was as brave as a tiger in a rage, but Custard cried for a nice safe cage. In this stanza, the bravery of Belinda's pets have been referred. Except the dragon, the other pets have been referred as very brave. Belinda's bravery has been compared with that of many bears combined together. Ink and Blink has been referred as so brave that they could even chase the lions down the stairs. Mustard's bravery has been measured equal to a tiger in anger, but Custard is completely opposite to his physical description. Instead of being brave, he always looks for a nice safe cage. Stanza 5. Belinda tickled him, she tickled him unmerciful. Ink, Blink, and Mustard, they rudely call him Percival. They all sat laughing in the little red wagon at the Realio Trulio cowardly dragon. In this stanza, the poet says that Belinda tickles the dragon so hard so as to make him laugh. The dragon is hard skin, whereas tickle means soft touch. So, the dragon's responding to tickles prove that he is soft. Ink, Blink, and Mustard rudely named him as Percival. Now, who is Percival? Percival was a knight or a soldier in King Arthur's court. He boasted about his bravery, but when real war happened, he ran away. Seeing the dragon react to the tickle, Ink, Blink, and Mustard made fun of him. They laughed at him sitting in the little red wagon. However, this laughter is a kind of making mockery or fun of him due to his cowardice. Stanza 6. Belinda giggled till she shook the house, and Blink said weak, which is giggling for a mouse. Ink and Mustard rudely asked his age, when Custard cried for a nice safe cage. In this stanza, the poet says that Belinda laughed at the dragon, and she laughed so much that the house shook. So, this is exaggeration. Then we have the line where he says that Blink made the sound weak. So, weak is the sound made by the mouse. Ink and Mustard asked the dragon his age rudely to make fun of him as he behaved like a small kid. Then the Custard cried like a coward, begging for a nice safe cage for him. Stanza 7. Suddenly they heard a nasty sound, and Mustard growled, and they all looked around. Meouch, cried Ink, and ooh, cried Belinda, for there was a pirate climbing in the window. So, in this stanza, the poet says that while all of them were busy making fun of the dragon, there came a nasty sound from the house. The dog growled, and everybody got the sign that something is happening around. Ink cried Mewch, and Belinda cried Oh, and they all made these sounds when they saw that there was a pirate climbing in the window. So here window is being referred to window, which is the poetic license or liberty that the poet uses to rhyme with the other lines. Stanza 8. Pistol in his left hand, pistol in his right, and he held in his teeth a cutlass bright. His beard was black, one leg was wood. It was clear that the pirate meant no good. So again we have the description of the pirate who had entered the room. He had pistols in his hand and he held in his teeth cutlass bright. So cutlass bright is the short sword or the shining dagger. His beard was black and one of his legs was of wood. That means he didn't have one leg or one of his leg was amputation. He had lot of weapons with him and it was clear that he meant no good. That means he had come to attack the inmates of the house. Stanza 9. Belinda paled and she cried, Help, help! But Mustard fled with a terrified yelp. Ink trickled down to the bottom of the household, and little Mouse Blink strategically mouse hold. So Belinda paled. So paled over here means she turned yellow due to fear, and she cried for help. Mustard was terrified and fled crying. Ink hid himself at the bottom of the household, and the little mouse Blink entered its hole and saved himself strategically in this way. Belinda was left all alone, exposed to the pirate. Their so called bravery was of no use to her. Stanza 10. But up jumped Custard, snorting like an engine, clashed his tail like irons in a dungeon. With a clatter and a clank and a jangling scream, he went at the pirate like a robin at a worm. Now, when all the other pets disappeared from the scene, it was the custard who was considered to be a coward. He jumped up and with a snorting sound. So, that is, snorting here means the sound that was coming from the nostrils. So he was snorting like an engine, and his tail clashed with the pirate as the iron chains strike on the dungeon floor. So, dungeon here is the underground prison. Then, with a clattering and clanging sound, he made his body hard and twisted, and he pounced upon the pirate as a robin pounces upon at a worm. So, robin is a bird. So, the bird, when it sees a worm, attacks in the same way the dragon attacked the pirate. Stanza 11. The pirate gaped at Belinda's dragon and gulped some grog from his pocket flagon and fired two bullets, but they didn't hit, and Custard gobbled him every bit. The pirate watched intently at Belinda's dragon and was confused when he saw the dragon attacking him. So, to fight his nervousness and gather strength, he drank some wine from his pocket flask. He fired two bullets at the dragon but missed the aim. The bullets didn't hit Custard, and taking advantage of this, Custard gobbled him. That means swallowed him. Stanza 12. Belinda embraced him, Mustard licked him. No one mourned for his pirate victim. Ink and Blink only did gyrate around the dragon that ate the pirate. Now everybody was happy because they were safe. Pirate couldn't attack them because of Custard's bravery. So Belinda embraced him and Mustard started licking him. Mustard is the dog, so this is how he is going to show his appreciation. And Ink and Blink danced around the dragon who had just swallowed the pirate. Stanza 13. But presently up spoke little Mustard. I would have been twice as brave if I hadn't been flustered. And up spoke Ink and up spoke Blink. We would have been three times as brave, we think. And Custard said, I quite agree. Now, after this incident, it gets clear that who is a coward and who is brave. But after a while, Mustard spoke up. In spite of the situation that had happened, they didn't want to give him enough credit, though they appreciated him. So, Mustard says that if he had not been nervous, he would have faced the pirate bravely. And Ink and Blink also joined him. And Custard readily agreed that everybody there was braver than him. Such was the characteristic of Custard. He was a weakling, but he just did what he could during the critical situation. Stanza 14. Belinda still lives in her little white house with her little black kitten and her little grey mouse, and her little yellow dog and her little red wagon, and her really, truly little pet dragon. Now, the last two stanzas have been repeated, which clearly indicates that the things remain the same as it was in the beginning of the poem. That is, Belinda, the little girl, lived in a little house with her pets and a wagon. Her pets include really and truly a black kitten, a little grey mouse, and a yellow dog and a dragon. Stanza 15. Belinda is as brave as a barrel full of bears, and Ink and Blink chase lions down the stairs. Mustard is as brave as a tiger in a rage, but Custard keeps crying for a nice safe cage. So, all the members of the house except Custard are very brave. Belinda is as brave as many bears are, and Ink and Blink, despite being small in size, have the power to scare and chase away someone who is as a lion. Belinda's dog is as brave as can be, tiger in rage. But Custard is completely opposite to his physical description. Instead of being brave, he always looks for a nice, safe cage. But we as readers know that all these characters have shown their bravery when there was no danger around. But Custard was the only one who believed that action speaks louder than words.